Hello! Beer review time. Now I do all my beer reviews kneeling on the floor because it's easier than standing up. I'll show you how. Otherwise I've got to be holding my phone all the time. So unless I bring my tripod home, that's how I'm going to do it. Now, what about tonight's beer? There might be more than one, but here's the first one. This is a beer that I've never seen before, by a brewing company I presume is called ABC, and the beer is Flat White Breakfast Stout. It's a rather interesting bit of art design on the can actually. Normally your craft ales seem to be all full of sort of strange cartoony colourful things, look like they've been designed by an 8-year-old, but this one's a bit more subtle. It's always interesting to try something different. So, what I need right now are my reading glasses. Yes, how often do you need reading glasses to drink beer? Usually never at all. Good, eh? Right, so, on with the tipping of the beer. So this is a stout that has some sort of breakfast reference. So is it going to taste of egg and bacon? I hope not. It has, believe it or not, water, malted barley, oats, hops and yeast, and coffee. So is it a coffee flavoured stout? Possibly. Yes, I think it is. I mean, the flat whites would kind of suggest such a thing. It's quite a strong one at 7.4%. So let's get the thing open and do a tip. Well, that's not what I was expecting at all, because this beer is supposed to be a stout. Have I read it incorrectly? No. Flat White Breakfast Stout. Well, I'll tell you what, it's certainly a bit lively. Look at that. It wants to come out the top of the glass. This is, I'm focused on the beer, not me. That is a rather fascinating looking beer. It looks almost like it's alive. So much going on inside there. Maybe it is alive. Maybe it's a proper live beer, but I haven't read that on the on the can anywhere. This is a first for me. It's the first time I've tried this beer. It's the first time I've had a stout that looks like lager, and it's also the first time I've been making a beer review whilst also editing another video. I thought it'd be a good idea. See, have a drink, do a bit of editing, have a bit more drink. It might make things go wrong. It might make things go better. I don't know. Anyway, should we get on with the tasting and the smelling of the beer? Maybe my nostrils aren't as good as they should be. It doesn't smell a great deal of anything really. Except for yeast. It does smell quite yeasty and slightly coffee-ish. I'm more interested in how it looks. It just looks really cool in the glass. That's the kind of beer I like the look of. It really is. So let's have a nice taste of it this time. You know, it reminds me ever so slightly of a homemade beer, but like the best homemade beer you've ever had. I like it. I like it quite a lot. I don't know how much this beer should have been because it was reduced. I had to go to the parcel shop today to send off a starter motor and a couple of other bits, and I saw these beers there, all reduced to £1 each. I thought that's a bargain. And at the taste of this, it definitely is a bargain. just tipped the rest of the beer in the glass. And look, it's got bits floating on the top of it. What are they? What are those bits? Are they insects or bits of yeast? It is probably worth my while mentioning that I do like this. I really am enjoying it. I'm enjoying it lots. I think if you just like stout and you pour it out and see that, you might be disappointed because it doesn't look like stout and it also doesn't taste like stout. It tastes like it inquired before, in fact. It's got a kind of a chocolatey flavour to it, and that isn't even on the instructions, which is extra weird. It's got a flavour in there I can't quite identify as well. Maybe that's another one they haven't thought of. Maybe that's another one they didn't realise they had in there. But it has to be said, it's terrifically satisfying. I'd recommend this one very highly. Mark out of 100. Difficult to say. I reckon 89. Actually, I've figured out what that for the flavour is. It's kind of wood. Yeah, like it's been in a barrel, which it doesn't mention anything about. Maybe these floaty bits are bits of dead wood. Yeah, because normally on the can of something or bottle of wine, it gives you all sorts of things. It tells you that you can expect to taste, and most of it's not there. This is the opposite way around. Interesting, eh? I thought I'd finished making this video about this beer, but I'm still drinking it, and I've just realised exactly what it tastes like. That bit that's missing that I couldn't quite explain. It's not wood. It's like, it tastes like Tia Maria, like a Tia Maria beer. So from 89%, I reckon it's going to go up to 95. Yes, excellent. It's certainly having an effect. Gosh, that 7.4% really works.